Congressman Lloyd Doggett of Texas. I just want to get your comment on what we just saw from President Trump and what we just heard from Senator Cruz, wanting Democrats to scream and weep over having things cut that will obviously hurt your own constituents.
Well, I think the people that are going to scream are those who get a notice this next few days that their premiums are going up, doubling, maybe 75%. So that they're denied access to a family physician. That's what this has all been about. The Republicans control every aspect of our government. They control the shutdown. The question now is whether they will prolong the shutdown or begin a sit down to discuss how to resolve the crisis that they are creating for so many American families with their health care. This is, as far as I'm concerned, a matter of life and death. Estimates have come out from a number of well-regarded sources like the University of Pennsylvania that the Republican cuts will cost 51,000 deaths per year as a result of people not being able to access health care. Nor is this a new discussion. We have been discussing health care ever since I offered the amendment myself to the big ugly bill to protect health care. As to the president's threats, how they're going to have mass layoffs, and Ted Cruz's posting of the same kind of racist trope that the president used against Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer with his artificial intelligence. And his intelligence in all this has been very artificial. But as to this threat of additional firings, one begins to wonder, how is this any different than what they were doing before? I thought Elon Musk was out there eliminating all the ultra left-wing bureaucrats that don't exist. His effort probably cost the taxpayers more than it ever saved. But I think these are threats where what we really need is a sit down for negotiations to find a resolution, if not now, when, to solve the problems that American families face on health care.
I want to get your take on what you're hearing from some of your fellow Democrats and an independent, three of whom voted for the Republican bill, voted to go ahead and fund the government. And I want you to listen to their reasoning.
I don't see actually engaging in a shutdown that's going to harm people to help people. Our goal should be to help everyone.
The irony, the paradox is, by shutting the government, we're actually giving Donald Trump more power. And that was why I voted yes. I did not want to hand Donald Trump and Russell Vought and Stephen Miller additional power to decimate the federal government, to decimate the programs that are so important to so many people.
How do you respond to the 2 points that were made there? Your colleagues saying, look, we're going to hurt people to help people, and I don't think that's the right thing to do. And you've got another colleague saying, look, we're playing right into Trump's hands. How do you see it?
Well, I respect those views, but I respectfully disagree with them because, as I said, I don't see this as being significantly different than what they were doing before the shutdown ever happened. They have been going after federal employees, public servants, in a most disrespectful way that hurts us in the delivery of services. Apparently, they plan to continue. And this is because we have a president who has no check and balance, no restraint from Republicans who just ask how high when he asks them to jump and do some of these horrible things. I think the only way we can restrain this president is with Democrats who are willing to stand firm and insist that we protect health care and try to reach an agreement that's actually enforceable. That's the problem with the president who is so untrustworthy. His previous rescissions have been to Republican-approved bills where he's gone in and either refused to spend the money or has cut the funds for a wide range of projects. Yesterday's announcements from Russell Vought, his henchman for doing these cuts, is clearly targeted at New York to respond to our leaders and to continue cutting clean energy projects, which will only raise our electric bills over time, things that they were going to do anyway with clean energy. So today is the time to begin the process of organizing a sit down for discussion to end the shutdown and get the relief that we need. If we end the shutdown without some relief, that relief will not come. There's been no justification for why this negotiation is not beginning now, other than them saying, as they have for the last 6 months, that they are not ready to attend to health care. I believe we need to act.
I'm curious what you are concerned about, because you have talked about your concerns about airports and what is happening with, with travel and the shortages that we're seeing there that are extreme. We just saw an incident here in New York where a plane slid into another plane, hitting another plane, and we've got this air traffic controller shortage. Are you concerned that this shutdown is going to make that much, much worse?
Well, I'm concerned about the fact that the Trump administration here in my hometown of Austin, where we've had 6 near catastrophes, not dissimilar from what happened in New York, though the planes did not actually touch, they came within a few hundred yards of each other, that they have not responded. And we have less than half of the air traffic controllers that we are told we need here in Austin. And it's only gotten worse since the Trump administration came into power. They have already furloughed with this shutdown, Republican shutdown, thousands of FAA employees that play a role. They're not air traffic controllers, but they play a role in the overall operations of the FAA. I'm concerned about all that, the unresponsiveness we've had, and the fact that it continues through the shutdown. The longer the shutdown goes on, the greater the danger is. That's why I want action now. And I just have to add, Sarah, that as important as this shutdown is, equally or more important, happening the same day, was President Trump pulling in from the Air Force and all of our military leaders, 800 from around the world, to tell them that their focus should be on the enemy within and that they use American cities as training grounds for the military. This is the kind of action that someone who aspires to be a dictator takes. And I'm very troubled by that action, what it represents, and it goes hand in hand with the shutdown. That when you give all the power to one person, exercise no restraint, express, as you indicated in an earlier segment this morning, that a few people, Republicans from New York, are expressing concerns. They may have concerns, but they don't indicate any votes to put a stop to this nonsense. And we can't keep giving Trump more and more power and not stand up to him. And that's what we're trying to do with our position here.
All right, Congressman Lloyd Doggett.